Circles create strong images and make meaningful symbols. They represent that we are all equal and as important to a group. The circle of life is a strong image. A wedding band is a symbol of an eternal promise. And literature circles took us on a journey of exploration and innovation into a student's learning. We were taught a bit about teaching and how to follow a student's learning.
Germaine came to me with a dilemma. She wanted to add literature circles to her classroom, but she was worried about it being energized, and another thing that she had to do to the students. She wanted it to be something that they did as engaged, inspired ISHCMC learners.
In our Who We Are unit, we wanted students to take away the understanding that everyone can learn. We all just learn differently. Each student took a survey about their multiple intelligences. From that, they gained a kid-friendly language of calling it SMARTs. We're music smart, art smart, math smart, language smart. Having that understanding about themselves, they could approach their new learning with confidence.
Many teachers use literature circles to integrate content from a unit into the process of reading. We wanted to use the process of reading to integrate content, multiple intelligences, into literature circles. We wanted to use the SMARTs to give the students the control over their own learning and their reading comprehension. This sounded like a good idea, but we had no way of knowing how it would really work. In my role as literacy specialist, I have to support both the teachers and the students. To do this, I spend as much time as possible going into the classroom, collaborating and co-teaching with teachers. But collaboration and co-teaching is hard. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it all the time. I can't walk into a classroom and expect to make it my own, and the teacher not care. She should care. She's there all day. She knows her students best. I'm only there for a little bit. We have to figure out a way to work together because it's about working for the students. If I come in and teach a process like literature circles for a teacher, it probably won't stick anyway. My job is to come in and coach her through the process and help her figure it out. I certainly couldn't have done this alone without a teacher like Germaine, willing to try new things, willing to fail, willing to jump through hoops, willing to let her students get into the driver's seat and decide what books they were going to read, how they were going to discuss them, who they were going to discuss them with, how they were going to use their smarts to approach the book and make the books come alive.
Ouch, that word failure. Just like you have training wheels before you're successful in riding a two-wheel bike, we do not throw the students in and expect excellence. We spent a lot of time together coming up with criteria for successful literature circles. We focused on self-management skills. We came up with being committed to doing their best, to being respectful. Everyone's in a different process in their reading and response, and sometimes just a quiet voice is important. We talked about persevering, that this takes hours, if not days. We need communication skills of speaking and presenting, but often listening to those in your book discussion group. Some would be working independently, others collaboratively, and of course, understanding their response and their smart in their presentation.
I honestly had the easiest part. I came up with ideas and hoped that Germaine's students would figure them out. The best part of it all was Germaine was willing to try anything. She never said that EAL students couldn't do it, even if she was thinking it. I swept in with the idea that literature circles are naturally differentiated, that anybody can do the hard thinking stuff. And guess what? It worked.
Don't tell Nancy, but I think I had the easier part. Now I didn't have to argue with students to pick out a book. They chose from a natural position of interest. Gone were the dull, long summaries, forced to show that they actually had read the books. And they're replaced with taking one book and responding, maybe in a puppet show, maybe with Legos, with a rap song or music, making clay figures, writing, rewriting the ending of a story, even Minecraft.
I was thrilled when grade 3 teachers started showing interest in what Germaine and I were doing. Soon it spread throughout the grade. And now Germaine is in grade 4 and her students are doing it again in a new and different way. The big story is, innovation comes from students' needs and interest. And a little bit of change in perspective can take an old idea and turn it into something new, and maybe even better. Thank you.